Hey guys, it's me, your boy Lemon Desmond, and today I've got something really cool to show you. So I've made 4 sort of world edit commands in Minecraft, but using sort of some cool like item techniques. Yeah, we got a brush, line drawer, a circle generator, and a ground filling terraform ability. So let me show you all of them. So I think I'll start with the ground fill ability because it's quite simple. It just uses an egg and it's really cool. So I can go over here to this sort of obsidian and TNT structure, and if I light it on fire, it should blow up the floor of my flat world pretty badly and make a bit of a mess with the obsidian and everything. So yeah, it's done just that. And if I take out the egg now, I can sort of walk by and hold down left trigger, and it fills in that big blank hole with it and destroys the obsidian instantly. This is something I use a lot, and I've had this command on for a while in my world, because if for any of you who've seen my other videos, you'll know that there's quite a lot of explosions in them. The next one is the sort of custom line tool, and so sort of following you around, you get this really cool line trail effect. This can be really good for like organics and that sort of type of building. It's really simple. It just uses an armor stand. The sort of the thickness and all that of the line and the texture of it can all be changed super easily just by going in and modifying some of the code and just stand still to stop the line. Next, I'll be showing you my circle generator. So if I take out this clock, rename to Sil1, and just chuck that down, it should start a circle generator with a radius of, I don't know, I think it should be about 15 blocks. It's a pretty big circle. And as you can see, it sort of generates around the armor stand coming out from where you were stood when you placed it down. You can sort of see it being created now. You can sort of change up some of the speeds on it to make it go faster, though I think that will lessen the quality of the circle. You can change the materials it's made from, often change the sort of height of it. This is just a very low cylinder, very similar to World Edit. And yeah, finally we have the brush tool. This one's absolutely brilliant for organics and creating trees and that sort of stuff. Yeah, as you can see, I can just hold out this helmet, and yeah, right in front of me appears just these huge glass, I don't know, worms almost. Really cool when I'm holding it. And when I let go of the helmet and switch my slot to something else, it simply stops just like that. You can sort of use some masks if you want to make it so that it doesn't like replace blocks with the air parts of this sort of almost cylinder. The template for it is a cylinder. You might have seen that in the background earlier when I was just going over the 4 different command structures just at the very beginning of the video. I've labeled it as the item name as being dangerous because this can easily destroy command blocks or build structures if you use it wrongly. So let me show you how to program these. I'll have timestamps for the tutorial of each programming in the description, so you can just skip ahead if you, I don't know, just want to use the brush or just want to use the ground fill or whatever. I'm going to take the helmet out of my inventory because it's making me a little bit nervous. So first of all, for the ground fill, the first command just destroys any eggs that you throw instantly, giving the effect of almost a really nice right-click detection. And then at the player, the nearest player, it fills in all the ground beneath them with about a thickness of 4 blocks with grass. By the way, just pause the video and type out any of the commands that you want to put into your world. This next one at the player is sort of around the area of them above ground gets filled with air. You could sort of change up that air to in certain ways if you know how to sort of replace maybe the texture of trees or leaves if you want to convert a forest from unknown oak to birch or whatever. Yeah, it's really highly customizable. It's super easy to use, super easy to program. All you got to do to activate it is throw an egg. If you want to cover large areas, you can just hold down left click with the egg or L2 depending on what sort of platform you're playing on. The next one, destroys this blaze rod called line start as soon as you throw it down. That immediately begins the line pattern thing. This might look like quite a few command blocks, but they're pretty simple. The first one, at the nearest player, it summons that arm stand called line as soon as you drop that blaze rod called line start. Then at that arm stand called line, it teleports it facing towards the player slowly, so it sort of chases the player around almost. And then right where the arm stand is standing, it puts down some stone. And then sort of constantly placing stone where it is, creating a line effect. And then if it ever gets too near to the player and ends up touching them, it kills the arm stand and ends the line pattern thing. You can sort of see all that in action now. The blocks getting placed where it's standing, it teleporting towards the player sort of infinitely. And then if I stop, it just dies and the line stops. You can change the stone to any other blocks if you want. If you know how to use fill instead of using set block to place stone, you could use fill and increase the thickness or whatever. This next one kills the kills the item cylinder 1 as soon as you drop it. This command block detects it and then summons that armor stand cylinder ready for the circle. This one spins around the cylinder. You can increase that one if you want to make it go faster, though that can decrease quality. This one sets 15 blocks in front of it. It sets some concrete down, and this one 15 blocks behind it sets some white concrete down. The previous command blocks to that set down black concrete. You can increase or decrease that 15 to change the radius. That 15 is going to be the radius of it. So 5 would give you a circle with a radius of 5. 10 would be 10, and I've used 15 here. That negative 15 just means that it's going to be placed behind the command block. The circle still has a radius of 15. I've just used 2 different types of command block. You can break this one if you want and just have a plain single circle. It should be pretty constant. I don't know, I've just set it to blue here. Yeah, you can see that starting right now. Just draws a plain blue circle. I only had the black and white just for the purposes of the video, so that you can better see the circle creation process. Yeah, you can set this to be whatever you want. If you know how to use fill commands, you can make this taller, turn it into a big cylinder, or whatever you want to do. Really easy custom circle generator. This one, it's pretty clever. It uses an enchantment command to detect when the player is holding a helmet item by trying to constantly enchant the item they're holding with respiration. And as you know, only helmets can be enchanted with respiration. So if the player is holding a helmet, it will enchant it with respiration, cause that comparator to fire, and then at the player 9 blocks in front of them, it clones that sort of sphere of stained glass, just 9 blocks in front of them using that clone command. So the first set of coordinates in that clone command represents that red concrete I've just placed, that being the bottom corner of it, and then the second set represents that, and the rest is just plain carrots. Those last 3 carrots should stay the same in just whatever you're doing. You can set this to be whatever kind of block you want. I'm just gonna do a just very quickly set it to, I don't know, smooth stone or something for the purposes of this video. So yeah, just quick time lapse of me changing it to smooth stone. You can do, as I say, you can do whatever block you want. Let me show you this just so it's almost like it's taking the brush as a template from that and copying it in front of the player constantly to give the effect of a big thick line. You can use this, it's brilliant for building trees, those of you who know World Edit. You can downsize that to create a smaller brush size. It's all in that template. If you wanted, you could set up a couple of clone commands and have interchangeable templates. You might be able to, I don't know, have one for building trees with 3 sets of thicknesses and be able to change the different types of wood if you know what you're doing and you have some prior experience with commands. You can see just instantly you can create these really cool structures. These are pretty abstract. As you can see, the sort of circle one, that can be placed in, if you want it to. and the line 1, as just the same, it can be placed in the air, follows you infinitely until it dies. You can change the thickness to whatever you want. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I don't know, you can share your ideas for different world editabilities you'd like to see, maybe different commands, your ideas for commands. You can share them on my Discord server, or just leave a comment. If you have any trouble, just the same, you can DM me on Discord, or leave a comment.